One of my biggest bugbears is why in football do we always have to compare? Whether it's a player, whether it's a youngster coming through, whether it's a manager or maybe a member of coaching staff, we always have to compare. Why can't someone be their self? And it's the same in YouTube. You might see an up and coming YouTube content creator. Oh, he's trying to be someone. Oh, he's going to be like that. Oh, he went down that route. It took so and so this long. It took so and so that to blow up. We always do it in everyday life. And I don't think it's fair. In fact, I think it's crazy. When Mikel Arteta got the job at Arsenal, everybody said the same thing. Well, it took Klopp 5 years. Those 5 years are now up, and Jurgen Klopp has won an unbelievable amount in that 5 years in comparison to what Mikel Arteta has done at Arsenal. But then again, should we be comparing Mikel Arteta to Jurgen Klopp? Why do we? Jurgen Klopp started his career in Germany, over in Mainz, went to Dortmund, was successful with both of those clubs, then went to Liverpool. So he was already a proven winner. He'd already had his coaching badges. He's already learned and done his earned his stripes. He'd done his time. He'd been successful. He'd learned his trade. It was a stupid comparison. It never made any sense to me. To compare Jurgen Klopp and Arteta, they need to have gone through the same pathway. They seem to have joined together, go, right, they're ready. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Jurgen Klopp was up here and Arteta was just starting, and we were trying to compare them. He was never going to catch up. I never understood it. And then, of course, people chuck the Sir Alex Ferguson debate out there. Oh, well, they nearly sacked him. In the 80s, they nearly sacked him. You can't believe what you would have read in the 80s and 90s. It was really difficult for Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. What a stupid mistake it would have been to get rid of them. You can't compare Sir Alex Ferguson and Mikel Arteta. So why are we doing it? Sir Alex Ferguson won with Aberdeen, beat Real Madrid in the European Cup final. He was successful at Aberdeen. Again, learnt his trade. Went to Manchester United. From what I understand, I was a bit young at the time. Had a difficult time. They kept him. And he went on to be one of the most successful managers ever. You can't compare that to Mikel Arteta. It would be amazing if Mikel Arteta achieves what Jurgen Klopp did at Liverpool, at Arsenal. It would be amazing if he becomes one of the most successful managers like Sir Alex Ferguson ever at Arsenal Football Club. It would be absolutely incredible. But that is why people are looking at those two scenarios, because they're not looking at comparing him to another manager who's done on his trade. They're not looking at comparing him to Enzo Maresca, who's looked similarly. They're not looking at an Eric Ten Hag. They're not even looking at an Arne Slot, because they know that what they've actually done is win trophies in the first few years of their management, and it makes Mikel Arteta look bad. So what they do is they say, let's try and compare to a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola or a Sir Alex Ferguson. How about he just be a Mikel Arteta? Because I tell you now, if we win something this season, people will start looking at it more seriously. And they will start looking at those 5 years, and they will start looking at how he's done it. And that's why people are now comparing managers to Mikel Arteta. And that's probably the biggest compliment that Arsenal Football Club and Mikel Arteta can take, is that Ruben Amorim has now been compared to Mikel Arteta and his process and his system and his phases and his project, because they want Amorim to replicate that. And they've suggested giving him 3 more years. Why are we comparing Amorim to Arteta? Why? Personally, I don't think we should be. The stats suggest that Amorim's doing a terrible job. The stats, in fact, suggest that Amorim should easily be sacked by now. I don't know why they didn't leave him in Grimsby, if I'm honest with you. That was an embarrassment. But Mikel Arteta, to be fair, if you want a project manager, if you want a phase of removing culture, sieving out the toxicity, trying to install players that want to go and join a journey together to try and win, non-negotiables, coming on the boat, taking us forward, then Mikel Arteta is your man. If you don't mind that you're not going to probably win for a few years, and you're going to sacrifice that 5 years, start again, rip it up, throw it away, and say, right, we've got 5 years. We ain't going to win anything. We're not bothered about winning. We're bothered about removing the culture and going together and being competitive every season. If that's what you want, the blueprint is there. Mikel Arteta has done it. And some people might look at it and say that it's similar to Mauricio Pochettino, what he did at Tottenham. I would say it's very different to that. I would say that he spent less money. The only difference I can see is that although they were competing, Spurs, they didn't actually lift anything. And obviously, Mikel Arteta did lift something with the FA Cup in his first year. Arsenal just need to win now. But could Mikel Arteta just be Mikel Arteta? Could Max Dowman be Max Dowman, or does he have to be Lionel Messi or Lamine Yamal. Otherwise, we're not going to respect him. Does Bukayo Saka have to go and win a Champions League to be seen as world class? Does he have to be compared to players? One thing I will say, which is a huge compliment to Arsenal, and the Arsenal fans will like this. The Arsenal fans need the validation of being a big club. I think there's a section that do. I think that's why certain YouTubers use Arsenal content if they don't support us as we're brilliant, we're going to win everything, because the fans lap it up. But let me tell you this. Actually, it's a bit of a compliment. Because if you're comparing certain managers and saying that so-and-so is better than Mikel Arteta, you're using Mikel Arteta as the benchmark, which I don't think rival fans should be doing, because there's better managers out there. If you look at Bukayo Saka and say Palmer's better than him, Foden's better than him, Bowen's better than him, Kudus is better than him, Saka's the benchmark then, is he? I thought it was Salah or Lamine Yamal. That's what I was told, they were better than him. But apparently they're comparing everybody to Saka. Now everybody's saying that Caicedo is the best midfielder in the world. They're not saying he's better than Rodri, or he's better than Gravenberch, or he's better than Alexis McAllister, or he's better than the likes of Kroos and Modric over the years. They're comparing him to who? Our guy, Declan Rice. Why? Why are they comparing Caicedo to Declan Rice? He's better than Declan Rice. So he's not better than Vitinha or Pedri then? Yeah? Well, why aren't you talking about them two then? Because they're brilliant. In my opinion, two of the best in the world right now. But you're comparing to Declan Rice. Why do we have to compare to Arsenal? Why do we always have to compare to Arsenal? It's bizarre to me. It's so bizarre. He's better than Saka. He's better than Rice. He's better than Odegaard. He's better than Saliba. He's better than Gabriel. It's like, aren't there better players than these guys? Or have we just got the best players in the world? And if you are better than us, why aren't you ahead of us in the league? So if Chelsea have got this unbelievable trio in midfield, why can't they finish ahead of Arsenal then? This is a serious question. I don't get it. I've never understood it. But it seems that the Arsenal fans rattle a certain section of of rival fans so much that rival fans cannot have Arsenal doing anything well, because they will literally lose their minds on social media. Which is why nobody wants Arsenal to win the league unless you're a Manchester United fan, because you've got a choice of either Arsenal winning, Liverpool winning, or City winning. And they're all going to say Arsenal, which is why for the last 2-3 years, Manchester United fans have been begging Arsenal to win just to keep Liverpool City fans quiet around them. But none of the other rival fans want us to do well, because they can't handle that small section of the fan base that we've got, that I will admit can be incredibly deluded and toxic. However, toxic in a positive way. I don't think they can hack it. And I think they're so scared that Arsenal might one day win this league under Mikel Arteta, and it'd be a dream for Arsenal fans, that they are so desperate for it not to happen, because they couldn't hack it. They'd have to go into hiding. So what they try and do is they try and poo-poo your players. Oh, he's having a good game, isn't he? Yep, better than Saka. Oh, okay, I'll calm down. I said he was having a good game. Yeah, but he's better than Saka, though, isn't he? Why Saka? Why not Salah? Why not Cole Palmer? Why not Foden? Why not Kudus? Why not Bowen? Why not Lamine Yamal? Why not Kvaratskhelia? Go and compare them to wingers that have gone on to the world stage and have delivered. Bukayo Saka is a young kid who's do that one day. But you must love Bukayo Saka. There's an absolute obsession with Arsenal players. The obsession is mad. Absolutely mad. Why do we compare? And that's something I've got to try and understand. It makes zero sense to me why it's always Arsenal players that people compare to. Go and compare to anybody else, but it's always Arsenal. And it's because they think it winds the fans up, and it's because they can't hack that we actually might have some decent players. And that is the truth. Whether you want to hear it, whether you like it, whether you agree, whether you disagree, it is the truth. It is always Arsenal players that they use. This centre-half better than Saliba. This midfielder better than Rice. This attacking midfielder better than Odegaard. Better than Eze it will be now. This winger much better than Bukayo Saka. The striker situation, we can compare if you want. Sesko, he scored the other day and Gyökeres didn't. Yeah, but Gyökeres has actually got more goals than Sesko. Isak, he scored the other day. Did Gyökeres score? Gyökeres and Isak haven't scored for Sweden, and it's Gyökeres who's getting all the blame. Wirtz, I don't think he's done too well at the moment, has he? Not hearing much from Germany. Did he score at the weekend? Well, no, I don't know, but I know that Gyökeres didn't, because everyone's posting about it. Very bizarre. There's an obsession with Arsenal. Why are people obsessed with us? And it's YouTubers as well. They're obsessed with Arsenal. They're all telling us that we're great and we're going to win the league and that they're frightened of us and that they're scared and they think that it's going to be an unbelievable few years for Arsenal. I'm still waiting to see it and I hope they're right. At the moment, they've been very wrong and I can't believe people are still believing it, but it is happening. People are still clicking on it and going, he said that we're going to win the league. They must be true. We're all going to win the league. We're going to be amazing for the next 5 years. And people click on it because they want validation. Arsenal fans seem to want everybody to tell them that they're brilliant. Why? Just enjoy the game. Make your opinion. What do you think of Arsenal? Not sure. I'm going to have to go and see all the rival fans, see what they think. Oh, they think we're going to win the league. What do you think? Do you think we're going to win the league? And that's where I'm at, man. Arsenal fans, there's a section of us that need validation. It's very bizarre. I don't get it. Make your own opinions up. But for me, I don't know why we have to always compare. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.